Welcome to our safe space. Here in our closet, which we've mentioned before. To use when we need it. And there are still times that we need it. And tonight is one of those nights. And we're going to tell you why. Or ourselves why. I don't know if we'll ever, or we don't know if we'll ever actually upload this. More than likely, since we're bothering to record it, who knows. The old self-medication, boys and girls. It's just indica, but we kind of need it right now. Even knowing that we're self-medicating. But anyway, we're just skipping around the point here. We're dancing around it. Because we really don't want to throw ourselves back into the flashback that we started to have about 45 minutes ago. When we were rewatching Moon Knight again to do the script of bullet points for our review. You know, we go through and after we've initially watched it, we have to go through again and write out what's happening basically and take simultaneous screenshots of the video so that it'll match up with the scripts, which is what we eventually show you guys. This was episode 5, which even though we had viewers warning us, and even though we knew that sooner or later they would be addressing Mark's trauma, it still hit us hard. It, the term triggered seems to be overused, and as a result has become minimized or something, at least maybe in our mind, but we're just obfuscating again and trying to avoid talking about this. But yeah, we got it hit us. The first time that we watched it, it hit us. Like a punch in the gut. And even though, we were more or less prepared for it, thank you guys again for the trigger warnings. We don't want to be spoiler because we don't know if we're even going to upload this or if we're going to upload it before our review or what, which is now realistically probably going to be Wednesday. It's Monday, well actually Tuesday now because it's after midnight. But we sat down today, or no, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead of the game, sorry. It's Chris at the moment, I think, I don't know, anyway. Everybody else still seems to be in shock. It's weird. After a flashback, things will go quiet for a little bit. And that's kind of like what it's like right now. I mean, they're still there. I can feel them, but they're walled off or closed up in their areas or whatever, or just not paying attention. I don't know what the fuck happens. I can only describe it in vague terms because it's all just a mental construct. Just like in the show. We don't like their term, whatever the hell it is. Just watch the review. We use the right one in there anyway. We watched it, and it hit us in the gut, and we thought we were okay. But it started to bring up memories. Because that scene showing Mark's abuse, Mark's trauma, was a deadlift. Almost. Not everything. Obviously there were differences, but that was almost a deadlift from our past. And yesterday, which was Sunday, I think. Well, yeah, Monday. It was Sunday. We woke up and we were just extremely dissociated and extremely derealized and depersonalized, just all three altogether. Just almost like we were completely unconnected, and it almost felt like when we're sick, but it wasn't like that. It was much more profound, and we've had this feeling sometimes before, and we suspect that it was strongly. It's a somatic memory of the way that we felt after the trauma. But yesterday we couldn't focus. I don't know who was up front. Chris, now thinking I wasn't there. Maybe only peripherally, but I'm not sure. It's almost as though we were flitting in and out anyway. But most of the time it felt like Christopher D., who we haven't talked about a lot, other than to say that it was that Mimi, Jack, and John all came from him. It was anyway. So we couldn't focus, and it was that way all day. It was like moving through a fog. We actually just slept through most of it, and you were just so out of it. And at the end of it, right before our wife came to bed, we were making her coffee, because we make her lunch and her coffee every night for her work. It's just one of the things that we do. And but we had packed the lunch and we were making the coffee when we spilled the creamer on the counter, and it was one thing too many. And all of a sudden, as our wife came into the kitchen, and EP, we don't know who. I don't know who. Just all of a sudden was there, and it was just too much. We had spilled the creamer, and everything was just, we couldn't do anything right, and it was just, we were just, whoever it was just saying, I hate this. I hate being like this. I don't know who I am. And our wife was like, hugged us, and it's like, it's okay, it's okay. And this morning when we woke up, finally, I was back-ish. I mean, it wasn't a total blackout. I don't know. It's like, sometimes it's like the memories just kind of trickle. I mean, it's like if I don't think about it, it's whatever. But we couldn't figure it. It was like, okay, what the hell went on yesterday? And I didn't, and we even told our wife, as we apologized for yesterday after she came home, it's like, yes, there's the built-in guilt, blame, shame cycle. I'm sorry, honey, that this happened because, it was impacting you or whatever. It's the guilt. You don't want to make anybody else deal with your condition. You don't want to impose on them. And that's just all part of the guilt, blame, shame spiral. But anyway, we were apologizing to her that, we didn't, that I was apologizing to her that I didn't know exactly what the hell was going on from yesterday. And she was like, don't worry about it. But we sat down this morning, this afternoon, and started to work on the episode, and we got through it. And this is going to be a long one. It's a long one, boys and girls, because there's a lot to unpack. And we got to the abuse scene that we knew was coming, and unfortunately, in order to get the stills right for you guys to show you, the sequence of events, it's not perfect, so we have to, backtrack, skip back 10 seconds or so in VLC, and then play pause until we get the exact shot that we want, the exact picture frame, the way it's framed. And so we had to keep going over the abuse scene, listening to it, and getting and we could just feel the panic starting, and we started to have a flashback because we're going to share this with you. So, trigger warning, okay? Trigger warning. We said that it was almost a deadlift out of our past. Not everything was correct, but pretty goddamn close enough. When we were about 9 or 10, maybe a little older, but definitely between 9 to 11. And we don't have a full memory of this day, but we had a childhood friend, and she was our friend all the way through elementary school, and she was the only one that would actually play with us and not bully us. But regardless, her mother, our aunt, because she and egg donor were friends, she was an alcoholic, a maintenance alcoholic, as in would literally go to AA with a drink in the car that was half soda and half booze. Well, egg donor was friends with her, and around that time, she started drinking with her, and she became an alcoholic. And one day we must have said something. I don't remember what it was. We don't remember what it was. It was that we had gotten some smart comment or something, and she at the time we were a little taller than she was. She's short, and we'd made the smart aleck remark or whatever it was, and all of a sudden she it wasn't all of a sudden, she very purposely she shoved us up against the wall and had us by the neck, and said, "You may be tall, but I'm still big enough to whip your ass or take you down." I think it was whip your ass and take you down. And she started to hit us. And you have to keep in mind, too, mother was sacred. Okay, you wouldn't dream, a good boy doesn't dream of or would ever hurt mother. It's not what we called her, but it was that mindset, so it didn't even occur to us until then. And not even then. It was just, for whatever reason, we grabbed her wrist in one hand, and she still had the other one around her throat, and she, that pissed her off. Oh, that pissed her off when we grabbed her hand and stopped her from hitting us. And it didn't stop her. And we don't remember how long, but we remember her letting go of us and saying, "Wait till your father gets home. Just wait till your father gets home." We're leaving out all the things that she called us and said to us. But just like in the episode, which is what triggered us and cut so close to home, because it was hearing what she says to Mark and what she's doing. And it was the same things that our egg donor said to us. And the real kicker is that's all we remember. We don't remember dinner. We don't remember him coming home. We don't remember anything until the next day, when we had to go to school. Because we always got up, got ready, and walked ourselves to school. So we wouldn't bother her when she was sleeping, because she didn't work. He worked. She didn't. Well, she actually did shortly for one of the local high schools as an accompanist for the choir. Yeah, there's a real hoot. I can remember she brought us with her one time because they were rehearsing Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, and we were there all neatly dressed and polite and well-mannered and everything, and everybody, the whole cast was, and of course these were, junior high kids. They were all, oh, so cute, and, they brought us up on stage and made a deal out of us and everything. We remember that. That's not connected to what we're saying, but we don't know what happened. And to be honest, we didn't remember that it was really that bad until we saw the episode and started to have another flashback. We were there. And we had to stop working on the episode. We're about 2/3 of the way through. We need to finish it, because we will finish it. We got overwhelmed and grabbed our orange oil and went to our wife and just grabbed hold of her and just had her hug us and we just sobbed. And she comforted us, and we were telling her the same story that we just told you, and because and after we were done, she says, "Yeah, honey, you've told me that." And we asked her, "Have we don't remember what happened after we told you anything more," and she said no, not that she could recall, because we do tell them things and we'll talk about things, and we don't remember. And it's constant because because she'll tell us that. It's like, "Honey, we've already talked about this." It's like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry." I mean, we've got to the point where we tell our family, "Look, if we start to repeat ourselves, just please tell us, Dad. We've already talked about this," and we won't get angry or anything. We won't. It's just we would rather know than walk around in a daze, I guess. But that was earlier. So I think this stupid film just ran out. We'll have to check it. But yeah. After that, we decided to grab our indica and come in here because it was we were starting to get that we don't feel safe again. It's this empty, scared presence that we feel on our back, like there's someone behind us. We get it a lot, but this is a particular one. So that's when we decided to come in here and vlog, get it out. So there it is. There's the story. Not much else to say.